What's going on, guys? This is your boy RJ here with Scooter.
What's up?
And we're going to do our night one review for SummerSlam. So if you like that kind of content, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're just going to go match per match. So we're just going to jump right into it. We're just not going to waste any time. We're going to go in the order the matches took place. So, first, let me just say, Scooter had a much better night than I did predicting. I went like 3 and 3. Scooter went 5 and 1. If you go back and watch our prediction show. Also, the match card order I predicted was a little bit off. Some of the matches were where they should have been or where I thought they should be. Some of them weren't. I don't even know if ESPN had the first hour or not. And so maybe that threw things off a little bit. But, and it turns out Obafemi and Brock was the main event. And we will get into that at the end. We have a lot to say about that. But we're going to start it off in match order with Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Liv Morgan ended up winning the match and retaining her title. Scooter, what'd you think about that match?
It was okay. It shouldn't have led off the card. We thought Oba and Lesnar would lead off since Lesnar likes to get in and get out, but of course we see why that was the main event. But it was the Io and Liv Morgan. We've seen it 4 times. It was okay. I think what was it? Was it the King of the Ring that they fought?
And they fought in the Queen of the Ring, and that match might have been a little bit better. But they basically, we've been there, done that before. So to me, this wasn't really that special. It was just another match. Speaking of just another match, then we had the 6-man tag with Royce Keys and LA Knight and Solo versus the Usos and what was it?
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. This is the one match tonight that both me and Scooter got wrong. We both thought that the Usos and Fatu would have won because the bloodline just basically reformed. I think this was a booking botch. I mean, I guess it's nice that LA Knight got the win. Really, I don't have any more thoughts on that match because, to be quite frank, I think this was a waste of time. I think SummerSlam probably shouldn't have been 2 nights. It probably should have been 1 night and cut out some matches, and this would have been one I cut out. This would have been one I cut out, and I would have totally went with... if you're going to do this match, I would have had the Usos and Fatu win. Now the fact they didn't, it just makes no sense to me. Scooter, what did you think of the match?
Yeah, I agree. They should have cut this match out. This should have been like on the SmackDown or, something. But yeah, just like you said, it was nice that LA Knight picked up the win. But yeah, I don't give 2 shits about this match.
Right. So then we move on to the third match of the night. It was somewhat anticipated because we hadn't really seen it before. But it was Nick Aldis versus Gunther. And I'm going to let Scoot talk about what he thought about this match. Gunther did end up winning, which we suspected.
This was Nick Aldis' first match, I do believe, in 2 to 3 years or something like that. He looked okay. We both thought that Gunther was going to win. If Nick Aldis won, we both said then that means that they was pushing him to the moon. But I think this was his retirement match, basically. But he looked okay. But yeah, the right call, Gunther won.
Yeah, this didn't turn out to mean very well. It just was okay. I think the first 4 matches of SummerSlam, it was a sleepwalk fest. It was very much a whatever. It's all mid. It's all meh. And then we get to the 4th match, which I think was the worst match of the night. And that was, I don't even know, some group versus, what group was it?
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence, who the fuck is that? Versus the Bellas and Paige. And Fatal Influence won, which I was wrong about. I thought Paige and them would win. So I don't like that at all. After the match, the Bellas attacked Paige. You know, shocker. They always are rivals and friends, and rivals and friends. We're just retreading the same shit a decade later. And so that would be the end of a very boring first, nearly couple hours of SummerSlam so far. Scoot, what do you think about this match?
I don't give a fuck.
Enough said. Then we actually get to something good. The last two matches were good. And when I say good, I mean stuff like 8 out of 10 level good for just the last two matches. I think the match of the night was Punk versus Cody. We'll get to Oba and Brock in a little bit. There's things that were good and bad about that. But Cody versus Punk. Punk ended up retaining the title with the help of Randy Orton. But anyway, I'm going to get into my thoughts on that here in a second. But I want Scoot to go ahead and explain what he thought about the match.
I thought it was good. We both thought that Cody needs to turn heel, but that's neither here or there. I mean, of course, it's not going to happen now. For right now, I thought it was a good match. I think it was the right call because we seen Cody, being, we're tired of Punk winning the title and then just losing it quickly. He needs a little lengthy run. But yeah, I gave it you said you gave it an 8 out of 10?
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10 also. But yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, I gotta say, Punk did have some botches in this match, like especially his little backflip he tried that didn't land. Michael Cole tried to sell it like he hit him flush. Wade Barrett had to correct him and say, Cody moved to the side, even though Cody didn't move at all. Punk just missed. We definitely had some botches tonight on the card. But I appreciate the fact that Punk is willing to still try so many things despite his age. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. Punk's still my favorite wrestler right now in this generation. And what's sad is they're only unlocking about 10% of what he's capable of. Because if they ever did turn him to be heel, which still is yet to happen in either AEW or WWE since he's returned to wrestling, when that man finally unlocks himself to be heel, it is going to be beyond epic. I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it. Scooter talked a lot about, what Cody turned heel. Cody turned heel. One of these guys got to turn heel at some point. This would have been a great spot to do it. Obviously, they weren't in a main event showing. I think that this is way more impressive than whatever Roman and Seth are going to put on tomorrow night. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what the booking decision here is. This idea that Cody's QB1, I think it's bullshit. I think the truth of the matter is this. Roman is QB1. Roman is still the top guy for the company. Roman has been for like a decade plus at this point. And I don't think it's even deserved, to be completely honest. I think Roman has been great at times, good at times. He's still been shoved down our throat, even when people acted like he wasn't, even when he turned heel and people all of a sudden liked him again and whatever. I think Roman is still getting shoved down our throats. That's why he's the main event of night 2. Meanwhile, Punk versus Cody, which has yet to happen one-on-one for the past 18 years, that was relegated to the second to last match of night 1, which I think is sad. This easily could have been a match that was a standalone main event on another pay-per-view or WrestleMania or wherever. But they stuck it on this SummerSlam card to try to sell tickets, and they fucking failed at it. This crowd was dead in general most of the night. This crowd sucked dick. And they should never, ever consider Minnesota again for a SummerSlam because that just turned out really fucking awful. The only thing that made sense of it was the fact that it's in Minnesota for Lesnar, which, to be quite frank, would make more sense if that was the night 2 main event and and then night one had both titles on the line. I don't know. But we're going to get into the main event now. I'll talk and give my thoughts, and then I'll let Scooter talk. So main event, Lesnar and Oba. I'll talk about the negatives first. No blood. That's just flatly like dumb. Why would you not have blood in this match? Any of the 3 matches they've had, no blood, pretty much. And it was physical. The match was fine. You know, it was good. It's kind of like, you know, in its own way, it's also like an 8 out of 10 maybe kind of match. It's one of the, it's that match or the Cody match obviously is the match of the night, but you know, ends up with the right guy winning. Oba should win, you know. But what I am getting sick and tired of, well, also Oba missed the spot where he could have, you know, Lesnar exposed the boards and Oba hit his power bomb but missed the boards. So it was another big botch at the end. But what I'm getting real sick and tired of is the mutual respect era. I'm getting real sick and tired of, you know, all night long, I didn't know who was face, who was heel in almost any match, which even though I don't watch the product week to week, it should be self-evident. And considering the fact that even if you're a casual, you should know who's the heel, who's the face. I get tired of heels appealing to the crowd. I get tired of the crowd cheering for heels. I get tired of faces versus faces and heels versus heels. I get tired of heels and faces being buddy-buddy after a match, a struggle, a physical struggle session. And after this match, you know, everybody thinks this is a good thing. Lesnar gets in the ring. Lesnar gets on the mic and says, I'm the past, this is the future. I'm giving him a hug. We're hugging it out. We're doing the old Kane, Daniel Bryan. Let's hug it out. Between fucking Lesnar, who's supposed to be an evil monster, versus Oba Femi, who's supposed to be, I don't know, a good monster, I guess. I don't know, you tell me. Doesn't make sense. It's bullshit. It's weak-ass sauce. This would have never flown in the Attitude Era. Imagine at the end of WrestleMania 17, after Stone Cold fucked over The Rock with Vince McMahon, if instead of pouring beer on his head and Jim Ross saying they might as well take a piss on The Rock, instead of that, The Rock just came to the ring after Stone Cold did that and said, yeah, I'm going to shake your hand and give you a hug. No, that's fucking stupid and bullshit. You know, I'm sorry. Did The Undertaker, you know, when Lesnar beat his streak, did he get up and give him a hug and say, this is the future? No. That was only 12 years ago. What changed? What made this society so pussified? And not just society, but in wrestling, why are we so much pussified? And we have the Unreal show that exposes the business. The business is completely exposed in every way, shape, and form. Kayfabe's totally dead, and they don't even give a fuck. And literally everything about this show was, hey, let's promote a fucking video game or a movie. Let's have ads out the wazoo, left and right, and develop no storylines whatsoever. So overall, this SummerSlam sucked dick. I give it exactly what I thought it would be overall, which is a 5 out of 10. Scooter, any thoughts on that last match and your overall score for SummerSlam?
I thought the match was good. Of course, just like you said, no blood. It was physical. There was some, and also I thought it was cool that Lesnar referenced Taker twice in that match. He set up and laughed at him, and then he also did a tombstone. Lesnar, you know, for being 49, he's still, you know, he still can go. Oba, he's okay. He still has a lot to prove, and he needs to get better and everything. But overall, it was a good physical match. It went a couple more minutes than what we thought it would go. I give it, but overall night, you say you gave it a 5?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.
All right. Fair enough. All right, that's going to do it for this review of Night 1, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of SummerSlam Night 1? And until next time, this is RJ signing out. Have a good one.